Dave.
And I'm Dirk.
And we were having some technical issues, and I do have this camera in my face. This is our unboxing for Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we're just going to do a quick test to make sure YouTube catches up, but then we will get. Looks like it's.
And I'm Dirk.
And we were having
I see video.
technical issues, and I do have this camera in my face. All right, so as we got Falcon and Winter Soldier, so we are going to do an unboxing. Please join us in the chat if you're watching live, and we're gonna have a fun discussion. And without further ado, we're going to start with the unboxing. So I'm going to start with Falcon.
Woo!
Since it's got to be in order because it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So
well, shouldn't Falcon be on the left then?
He is.
There you go.
He will be. All right, so let's open.
Oh, this is going to be weird because I'm watching the channel for the content and I can't see. I'm going to have a delay.
Yeah. Well, if you're are you watching the channel for the chat, or are you watching the? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
For both. Yeah. Well, because I don't see it on our in our other one.
Last I saw it, it said 3 people, so that would be you, me, and maybe one other person. So, all right. Well, anyways, we're going to get going. So, yeah, I opened up Falcon. So, Falcon, we got a poster here of Falcon, which is pretty cool. And in the rule booklet here, per player costs, there's nothing new here. It looks like Alliance, Find, Linked, Tuck, Victory X, and Villainous. So yeah, there's no new keywords. He comes in leadership. So let's take a look at his cards. And I guess I'm going to have to read the cards probably, right, Dirk?
Yeah, because I'm not going to. If we wait for me to read them, there's definitely going to be delays.
Hold on. All right. Well, I'll lower the camera here we're going to get it blow up on the cards here.
We're going to have to test this so that I can actually see it as you're doing it live, so I don't get the delay.
Yeah. All right. Come on. Camera focus. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we got Falcon here. So let's start with the Sam Wilson side. All right. So Sam Wilson, he has a 3 recovery, shield, birds of a feather, action. Discard 1 card from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for a bird card, and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. And he has a hand size 6 and 10 hit points. Then on the Falcon side, he's a 2/2/2 Aerial Avenger. So we're back to the shield on Alter Ego Avenger on the hero side, like we had in the beginning of the game. During the player phase, play with the top card of the encounter deck face up. Now that's really nice. And then he's got Eagle-Eyed response. After you play an aerial card, discard the top card of the encounter deck. So there should be no excuse for Shadows of the Past coming out, right?
In theory, yes, that is correct. Unless you discard the card right before it, because I'm sure that's once per game. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's every aerial card.
Okay, yeah. There's no excuse then.
Well, I mean, I guess you can discard it during the villain phase if you're using, some defense protection cards. But
protection, yeah.
For the most part, it's going to be during the hero phase. All right. Then his signature ally is Red Wing. 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Aerial Avenger Bird. Hero action. Exhaust Red Wing, return him to your hand, and discard the top card of the encounter deck. Choose to either deal X damage to an enemy or remove X threat from a scheme. X is the number of icons, both star and the triangle, in the boost area, the discarded cards boost area. So that's pretty nice. So that's a kind of a nice way to I mean, he's pretty cheap. You can thwart for 1 or attack for 1 turn. Then the next turn you can do a lot more damage, put him back in your hand, and you've got a reliable way of doing damage or thwart.
So wait a minute. So he allows you to discard the top card of the encounter deck, and on top of that, you already have, because he's aerial, another discard.
When you play him, you can discard. But then you'll get to see what the next card is, and then you could choose to exhaust him to do his ability.
Right, but he's going to give you at least, he's going to give you two of them, because whenever you play him, you get one, and then whenever you exhaust him and return him to your hand, you get one, and if you can afford to, you can do another one.
Yeah, so like if it advances on top,
you can do it multiple times.
If it advances on top of the deck when you play him, you could discard the advance and hope that you get a card with a bunch of icons, so that you could exhaust it to do damage or thwart.
Oh, imagine.
There's a package you need to sign for.
Oh, apparently I've got to go sign for a package. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, it's a madhouse at Dirk's house here, as always. All right. Then we got 2 copies of Birds of Prey. It's a 2-cost event. Aerial attack, hero action attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. You may discard the top card of the encounter deck to deal 1 additional damage to that enemy for each icon of star and triangle in the discarded card's boost area. So we get 2 copies of that. We got 2 copies of Bird's Eye View. 2-cost event. Hero action thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. You may discard the top card of the encounter deck to remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each icon, star, and triangle in the discarded card's boost area. So he's really, well, he's kind of got like the Wiccan thing where you don't know, you know, it's kind of a little unpredictable on what he's going to do.
Okay, and I'm back.
You can control it a little bit. So that he has an attack and he has a thwart version. Then he has up, up, and away. This is his defense version of that card. Hero. So when we talk about this, what happened during the villain phase? Hero response: after an attacking enemy is given a face-down boost card, you get to look at that card and the top card of the encounter deck. You may swap those cards. Draw 1 card for each printed icon in the current boost area's boost effect. So if you're willing to take a little bit more damage, or let him scheme a little. Oh, it's attacking enemy. So yeah, if you're willing to take a little bit more damage, you can draw extra cards during the villain phase. So that's pretty nice. Now here's another bird card.
Okay.
Falcon's Flock. It's a 2-cost support. Aerial bird. Uses 5 bird counters. Resource. Remove 1 bird counter from here. Generate an energy resource for an aerial card. So you've got some. That's a nice resource card. Then we have Soup Kitchen. It's a 1-cost support. It's a location, alter ego action. Exhaust Sam Wilson and Soup Kitchen. Heal damage from Sam Wilson equal to his recovery, and reduce the cost of the next ally or support played this phase by 2.
So if it's chicken soup, does that make it a bird card too?
No.
Okay.
This is one of his only non-aerials and non-birds, apparently. But yeah, no, this is pretty nice for getting. Well, you can get.
Oh wow!
You can get Red Wing out for free, basically, if you're an alter ego.
No kidding, but this in leadership is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, or you team up with Steve Rogers and you can get like a 3-cost discount for the first one anyway. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good there.
All right, then we have Aerial Evacuation. It's a 1-cost upgrade. Aerial Preparation. Hero interrupt: when another friendly character would be dealt any amount of damage, discard Aerial Evacuation, prevent all of that damage, and change to alter ego form. If that character is a hero, they also change to hero form. So that's pretty nice, and you're going to see this combined with another one of his cards, which is going to be really, really good. But Falcon can definitely, I mean, we've seen some good attack cards in thwart and defend, you know.
Okay, so it looks like they are forced to change then. It's not optional. Okay. You are definitely forced to, but they are as well. If that
character is a hero, it
doesn't have the word may in there, so right. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, but then they can use their alter ego ability and then just flip back during the hero phase. So And it also, which is nice, is if they get it an assault or something as their encounter cards, and they won't get attacked.
Yeah, you've got to be careful using that one though if they have a bunch of minions on them, so that you don't get schemed out because of it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, then we have Aerial Recon. It's a 1-cost upgrade. Aerial Tactic, exhaust Aerial Recon, and deal a player 1 face down encounter card. Place 1 recon counter here. Then, when a player would be dealt an encounter card, remove 1 recon counter from this card instead.
Oh, that is interesting. So you're not getting rid of the encounter card, but you have to. You're just delaying it.
But the nice thing is
you're getting it early. You're getting one early, and
you're getting it.
You can give it to anybody. Yeah,
you're getting it, or someone's getting. So, like, if we're in the player phase, and there's a minion on top of the encounter deck, you could give it, say, to Thor, as that player's encounter card, and then during the villain phase, either A, you don't deal Thor an encounter card, you remove the recon token, or he gets a second one and someone else doesn't get one. Like I'm after the enemy attack, it's like I got 1 hit point. I could die, if the wrong encounter card shows up. So it's like, all right, fine, you don't get an encounter card this turn, and we'll give it to So Thor will have 2 or whatever. So it's that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the way they're adding all this manipulation of the villain deck of the encounter deck recently.
Yeah, I'm really liking this character that I'm seeing so far. All right, then we got a 2-cost upgrade, Battlefield Awareness, Aerial Skill, Hero Interrupt. When Falcon uses a basic power, exhaust Battlefield Awareness and discard the top card of the encounter deck. Falcon gets +1 to that power for each icon in the discarded card's boost area.
But it is only for this use, so it does not last till the end of the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, because you exhaust it. Yeah. But that's still pretty good. And, and you're already going to know what's on top of the encounter deck for the most part.
Yeah, you can get rid of one of those really big, like 4 boosts or something.
All right. Then we got
some of the bigger ones.
Draw Their Fire. Now, this costs 1 per player. Aerial Preparation. Hero response after the villain phase begins. Discard Draw Their Fire. Falcon does not exhaust to defend until the end of the phase. So he could defend for everybody. And then you combine it with that other card at the end, and then he goes to Alter Ego, and he could, use the soup kitchen to recover and bring a ally out. That's pretty impressive.
This one's interesting. Although this is the first of the player upgrades where I've seen that have an alliance cost, or not alliance cost, but it's cost per player.
Yeah, it's a cost per player. Yeah. So because in multiplayer you're defending more heroes than at that point.
Right.
And then since it's a preparation, you can use the practice plan, to put it back in your hand.
Yeah.
So, all right. Then we got Talon Line, 2-cost support, 2-cost upgrade. Sorry. Title: Hero response after you resolve the eagle-eyed ability. Discard Talon Line for each icon in the discarded area. You can ready a character you control, or you can stun an enemy. So you get one of those, like Thunderbolt minions that has 4 boosts on it, and you can really go to town. That I like that, and what the
that one's good. Yeah.
And then we have Vibranium Microwave, and Tony did point out in the stream it's microwave, not microwave. Dirk.
Oh, come on! I still like microwave.
It's a 2-cost upgrade. I don't know if that was a jab at you specifically, but I thought it was funny.
Well, I would like to hope so, but probably not.
Probably not. I have a feeling people some people in the office or something said that. All right, so this is Tech Wakanda traded. Falcon gets +1 defense. Hero interrupt. When Falcon would take any amount of damage, exhaust Vibranium Microwave, prevent 1 of that damage, and deal 1 damage to an enemy. So it's a combined armored vest and energy barrier. Yeah,
it's a 1-shot energy barrier though. So
1 shot per turn because you exhaust it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't use charges. So there is that. All right.
True.
So Falcon comes in leadership, and he's got a lot of aerial friends that are coming with him, and he is definitely playing with the aerial theme.
Okay, so I wasn't keeping track. So out of his cards, he's got one Wakanda
Yeah.
and one prep.
No, he has 2 preparation cards.
2 preparation cards? Or are they both the same?
They're both no. There's two different preparation cards.
2 different ones?
Draw
Okay.
their fire and aerial evacuation.
Oh, okay, the evacuation one. Okay.
And 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of his cards are non-aerial. So he's got 12 aerial cards in his kit.
So that's telling me 2 copies of team building might be a good idea for him.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, then and also the power of flight would be good in this deck.
Yes.
All right, so we got Adam Warlock here. This is a reprint, but he costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial Mystic. After Adam Warlock attacks or thwarts, discard a random card from your hand, and if it's a strength, remove 3 threat. If it's an energy, heal 3. If it's a mental, deal 3 damage to an enemy, and if it's wild, you get to choose one of the above.
Yeah, we like to save cards like this to where we have 1 card left, so we know what it's going to be when we do it.
Yeah. All right, then we got Arrow here. She costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial, Agent of Atlas. You can exhaust Arrow. Choose a player until the end of this phase. Each aerial character that player controls gets +1 attack. So,
okay. I really kind of wish this was a protection ally, because then we'd have a green arrow.
Wrong idea.
I know, that's what makes it great.
All right, but yeah, so this is kind of nice. So you can get +1 attack to when you're doing an aerial ally swarm, which is similar to the next card, which is a reprint Cloud9, who does the same thing but for thwart. So she's a 3.
Well, the other thing that's great here with her is even if you're not using it, if you have, like, say, if you're doing the leadership here, obviously, but you've got an aggressive player who's playing aerial, that's a really good combination there.
Yeah.
Because then either one of you can take advantage of that.
Right. And then Cloud9 here, this is a reprint. 3 cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points, aerial champion. And in the back of your mind, folks, kind of keep track of the non-aerial traits all these allies have, because that's going to be important. Exhaust Cloud9. Choose a player until the end of the phase. Each aerial character that player controls gets +1 thwart. So it's a thwart version of Arrow. All right. Then I'm sure I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, but Hugin and Munin, which I think are Odin's crows.
Yep, those are the crows.
Yeah, 2 cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Aerial Asgard bird, so your birds of the feather can grab this card. After Hugin and Munin enter play, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Ready, 1 character you control for each icon in that minion's boost area. That's
I like that.
All right. Then we got Spectrum. She costs 5, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial Avenger. Response. After you play Spectrum, tuck 1 card used to pay for her under her. If that card's printed resource has mental, she gets +2 thwart. Strength, she gets +2 attack. Energy, she gets +2 hit points. Wild, all the above. So if you can tuck a wild that you won't need for a while, she could be a pretty impressive.
What resource does the power of flight provide? Do you remember offhand?
Energy, I believe.
That's an energy. See, I'll look that one up.
But I mean, you could do a power of leadership or digging deep or something. Anything that generates a wild.
Yeah.
That then she's a 3/3 with 5 hit points. She would make a really good Voltron. If you get her 3/3/5. I mean, you'd want first aid or something to keep her alive, obviously, but
right.
All right, then we got 3 copies of this is the key card in this deck. Strength and Diversity, it costs 2 per player, and it's an alliance card, so you can get people to help you pay for it. Hero action. For each different trait on a friendly character in play, you get to choose remove 1 threat from a scheme or deal 1 damage to an enemy. Now, when you're playing multiplayer,
so this one really
this is going to lose a little
rewards
bit.
you.
What?
I say this one really rewards you for playing an alphabet soup.
Yeah, and if your teammate is got lots like playing one of the X-Men with Children of the Atom or something, you can get some benefit from that as well, which is nice. And they get 3 copies of that. Then we have Flight Squadron, 3 copies, costs 2. It's a support, it's a title, so play only if your identity has the aerial trait, max 1 team card per player. If each of your allies has the aerial trait, increase your ally limit by 1, and this card gains response. After you play an aerial card, exhaust this card, ready an ally you control. So
okay,
that's pretty nice. Now this card looks really fun. This one is called Resource Reserve. It's a 1 cost support, max 1 per player. Any player may spin the resource card tucked here as if it was in their hand. As an action, exhaust Resource Reserve, tuck 1 resource card from your hand under here to a maximum of 1.
So I like that because I'm trying to remember. We had the pool is the only place we've seen an ability like that before, right?
Yeah, but this is
So I like the fact that they brought this into a different aspect.
Yeah. So, like, someone says, oh, I need a resource, and you're like, oh, well, I've got extra resource, and it could be like an energy or genius or something if they need 2 resources, but, or you can even put Domino's jackpot under there, I guess, but then it would get discarded, so that wouldn't be very useful, because that's not getting discarded from your deck at that point. But that would give you 3 resources, I guess. All right. Then we got a reprint here, the Triskelion. 1 cost support, location shield, increase your ally limit by 1. So that's a staple with this wanting to have an aerial swarm. All right. Now
so let's see. I'm trying to think. I think that we can get up to now 6 allies,
5.
I think. Well, no, I mean with other cards that are already in the game. We have other cards like if you're all of 1 trait, you can increase your ally limit.
I guess if you have all aerial Avengers, you could get 6 with the Avenger Tower.
Yeah, I think so. I like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Captain America here. This is an upgrade title. Play only if you are the Bucky Barnes or Sam Wilson player. Hero. Exhaust Captain America and spend a strength resource. Find Captain America's shield and add it to your hand. If it leaves play this way, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Oh, okay. So this is
So if you've already got the shield in play, you can return it. Basically, because when you find it, it leaves play. Yeah, because you're adding it to your hand. So that is nice.
Yeah.
So I think, didn't they already say though that you cannot play this if you already have a Captain America player?
Yes, because Captain America,
right?
because of this next card here, which is in the back of the pack, by the way. But so this is Captain America's shield. So this is a linked card. It's a 1 cost upgrade. Captain America's upgrade, restricted. Your hero gets +1 defense and gains retaliate 1. So it works exactly the same as the Steve Rogers Captain America shield. But what's nice, so this starts the game out of play, but you could always spin a strength resource to do 4 damage. So you got 4 damage on a stick, basically, as long as you have a strength resource. And then you spin another resource to put the shield back into play. So for 2 resources, effectively, you're doing 4 damage, and then you still got your +1 defense retaliate. That's pretty slick. I like that.
So I like that. And this way you can actually have a Captain America that's not an Avenger, too.
With Bucky, I guess, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Because I don't remember Bucky having the Avenger trait.
No, but we haven't gotten to him yet. You're foreshadowing. All right, then we got 3 copies of Wingman attached to an aerial ally, max 1 per ally. When another aerial ally would take any amount of consequential damage, exhaust attached ally, prevent 1 of that damage. So Again, you got lots of aerial, and this would be a way to, with your Spectrum, this Spectrum Voltron, to not take any damage, is you just exhaust one of your other aerial people. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got the new art for the double resources. So strength, mental, and energy. Oh, and
Is that the shield art?
What?
Shield art on those?
Yeah, the shield
Yeah.
art. And we do have Power Flight in this deck with new art. So this, if people haven't played with that, you could double the number of resources this card generates for when paying for an aerial card. So
Oh, I like the artwork on this one.
yeah. All right, then that's it for the deck. But now let's look at the obligation here. Harlem's Protector. Give to the Sam Wilson player. Uses 3 emergency counters. Victory 0. Alter Ego action. Spend 1 resource of any type. Remove 1 emergency counter from here. And it's a hazard.
Wait, Harlem's Protector. I think Luke Cage might have something to say about that one.
Yeah, probably. But, so this is interesting. So you could spend 3 resources and get rid of it the turn you get it, I guess. And it's victory 0, so it goes into the victory display. So you're not getting it back in the game. That's kind of interesting that instead of having it removed from game or something. Weird. All right. Then his nemesis is Viper. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit points, Serpent Society, Quick Strike. After Viper activates, discard the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Okay. I mean, you kind of, you're milling through the encounter deck a little bit more. So that's interesting.
I do actually like the fact that it works on scheme as well and stuff, because a lot of minions only do their specials on an attack. So I like that it does it on the scheme as well.
All right. Then we have Serpent Solutions. Force response. After a Serpent Society minion is discarded from the top of the encounter deck, deal that minion to the first player as a face-down encounter card. And it comes with 6 threat. Now, this is definitely messing with Falcon's ability. Specifically. Because you still get to do your ability, but now you're making the first player get a bunch of minions as encounter cards. So that's kind of interesting. But, if the first player is Thor, hey, he's going to be...
Yeah, so you could use that to your advantage.
Yeah. Then we've got 2 copies of a Serpent Soldier. He's a 1 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Serpent Society, Quick Strike. Boost, give the activating enemy an additional boost card. Okay. Pretty straightforward, but there's 3 Serpent Society minions. Oh, and now we got a pun here. Advertisement.
Advertisement.
Yep.
Okay.
Surge. When revealed, shuffle each Serpent Society minion from the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. Okay. So, yeah, we're getting those guys back. Then we have the stop card. I already pulled the Captain America shield, so any of the cards after this card can be added to any deck. All right. First one we have is Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes, 3 cost aggression ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Shield Soldier. After Winter Soldier attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Works exactly like his hero. And you've got some, thwarting and aggression.
Let's see. Yeah. So okay. So wait, we got a Winter Soldier in leadership with Shuri, didn't we?
No, we got that's White Wolf.
White Wolf. Okay. That's right.
He calls himself the White Wolf in the MCU, but it's actually a different person on the card. All right, we have Misty Knight, 4 cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She's a hero for hire. Interrupt. When Misty Knight thwarts, look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and discard one of those cards. Misty Knight gets +1 thwart for this threat for each boost icon. So she's kind of using Falcon's ability, which is pretty cool.
Okay, whenever you first mentioned Misty's name, I was wondering if she was going to have the arm or not. So she does. Okay, cool.
And then we have the Ops Room, which is, we have 3 copies. 2 cost support. Shield uses 3 alert counters. So this is a shield support, so you could put this in a Maria deck. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage while defending, remove 1 alert counter from here to prevent 1 of that damage and remove 1 threat from a scheme.
This is going to be tough whether I use this one or the med teams, because the med teams, I like the extra, but this with the thwart removal is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Plus, it's 1 cheaper, so
yeah, it's 1 cheaper than the med team.
That works for me too.
All right, and then
this one might make it into some of my Maria decks here.
And then they're continuing with the Thunderbolt modules. So this would be choice number 9 for that Thunderbolt scenario. So we got Fixer here. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 15 hit points. He's an elite genius Thunderbolt. Villainous, victory 1. When a non-scenario specific tech attachment would be attached to the villain, attach it to Fixer instead. Text on that card that referred to the villain refer to Fixer instead. So you combine this with like Weapon Master or something from Crossbones. That could be, you can get a lot of attachments attached to Fixer.
That would be. We might have to try that one. That could be interesting.
All right, then we have a Jetpack, which is tech attached to Fixer, otherwise attached to the villain. Attached enemy gains aerial. When attached character would take 3 or more damage, prevent all of that damage and discard the Jetpack.
Okay.
Then we have Tech Pack. Attached to Fixer, otherwise attached to the villain. Attached enemy gets +1 attack for each other tech attachment it has. Exhaust any number of characters you control with a combined thwart greater than the attached enemy scheme to discard this card. And it gives them +1 scheme, +1 attack.
Okay, and I have a feeling he's going to have a plus scheme.
Well, this gave him that one
attachment as well.
Well, that one gave him +1/+1. No, that's it for the attachments.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
We have a blurry yellow card.
There we go. Technological innovation. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a tech attachment and reveal it. Place 1 additional threat here for each tech card in play. Acceleration, and it starts with 4 threat. And then we got 2 copies of this treachery here called Techno. When revealed, find Fixer and reveal him. If he's already in play, he engages you. Fixer activates against you. If no enemy activated this way, this card gains Surge. And a boost. If this activation is an attack, it gains Piercing. Okay, so that was Falcon. So I'm really looking forward to that tribal deck. Fixer looks interesting. What you got? Any comments before we move on?
No, I mean the biggest thing I had was, I saw cards that I could definitely see usefulness in some of the other characters. I could see them working here as well, but my brain's already like starting to rejigger some of the decks that I've already got.
All right, we're going to move to Winter Soldier here. So this is the final hero in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wave. These 2 heroes. We do have a scenario pack that's been announced. So that's cool. And then we're all looking forward to seeing what's the next wave, which we have no information at this time. All right, so we got Winter Soldier here. And we'll take a look at the booklet. So we got a nice poster here of Winter Soldier. Let's see. Keywords: piercing, range, steady, team up, victory, villainous. Okay, so nothing new keyword wise.
Nothing new here. Okay.
And comes in aggression. So let's zap that back. Let's go back. All right, and we'll see what's going on with Winter Soldier. Come on. Apparently,
More technical difficulties.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So we're going to start with Bucky Barnes. 3 recovery. Shield Soldier. He's cybernetically enhanced. Action: spin 1 resource of any type. Search your deck and discard pile for a cybernetic arm and put it into play. So this is kind of similar to like Mjolnir, in Thor's deck. So if you draw it in your opening hand, you could discard it, for the mulligan. It kind of stinks if it shows up as in your mulligan hand, though.
As part of your mulligan, yeah.
Yeah, that part kind of, but you just have to live with it, I guess. And then Winter Soldier is a 2/2/2. Shield Soldier, lethal protector. Response: after you attack and defeat an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So he is aggression, but he's going to be doing a lot of thwarting. Then we have the cybernetic arm.
So actually, what's kind of cool is with him, there's a lot of justice cards that do damage that I don't tend to use as often, because generally whenever I'm doing justice, I'm not looking to deal damage because I don't really play solo. So so that's interesting that now I'll actually start to be able to start using some of those more often.
Yeah, because you're still thwarting.
Yes.
Cybernetic arm. It's a 1-cost upgrade. Response: exhaust cybernetic arm. Generate a wild resource for an attack event. And that event deals 1 additional damage. All right, and then his signature ally is Black Widow. 3-cost ally. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Shield Spy. After you play Black Widow from your hand, return an attack event from your discard pile to your hand. That's pretty nice, because you definitely want the attacking events, and that could be one of Winter Soldier's attack events, or an aspect one.
Yeah, and then if you put out the I forget what it's called, but the 0-cost player side scheme does the same thing, and you can have that on a stick ready for you.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, then we got 2 copies of Arm Block. It's a 1-cost event. Attack defense. When an enemy attacks, deal 3 damage to it. If you exhaust the cybernetic arm to pay for this event, prevent all damage from that enemy's attack. And you would do 4 damage instead of 3. So that's pretty nice.
Ooh, I'm already starting to wonder how he's going to play in protection now.
Then we got 3 copies of Metal Punch. It's a 3-cost event. Attack. Hero action deals 7 damage to an enemy. If you exhaust cybernetic arm to pay for this event, this attack gains overkill. So that's pretty nice. We got Electrical Discharge here. We got 2 copies. 2-cost event. Attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this event using an energy resource, stun that enemy. So, yeah, you could just spend a normal energy to get the stun, but then if you did the arm, you're doing 5 damage instead of 4. So then we got Dang it, this camera is really being obnoxious today. Okay.
So now I got to figure out how am I going to unexhaust that arm multiple times in a turn.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Safe house number 30, one cost up, support, location shield, alter ego action, exhaust safe house number 30, search the encounter deck for a minion and put it into play, engage with you, then draw a card.
Oh, I like this. You do it as an alter ego action.
Yeah. All right, then we've got...
And it's a search, so you can pick which minion it is. That's nice.
We got 2 copies of Silent Infiltration, 2 cost upgrade. It's a preparation card. After you attack a defeated enemy, discard this card, ready your hero, and confuse an enemy. And then
oh wow, and there's no limit one per. So you can have 2 of the. You said there's 2 of them. You can have them both out at the same time then.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're ready. Nice.
Yeah, you could activate 3 times if you defeat 2 enemies, I guess. Winter Armor, 2 cost upgrade. You get +3 hit points and gain steady. That's pretty nice. And then we have...
It must have a heater in it, so it keeps you from shivering. That's what makes you steady.
Yep. Then we have Winter Mask. It's a 1 cost upgrade. You gain the Spy trait. After you attack and defeat an enemy, exhaust Winter Mask to draw a card. So you're teaming up with Falcon, and you got the mask. Now you are Shield, Soldier, Spy. So that's 3 traits to help with that strength and diversity.
So yeah, that's interesting that he gains the Spy trait. He doesn't start with it.
Yeah. Well, he has to stop using all the guns and be a little more sneaky, I guess.
Yeah. hey, spies use guns.
Yeah. Not when they're trying to be stealthy, though. Or at least not these kind of guns.
Stealth is overrated.
Winter Rifle, 3 cost upgrade, weapon, restricted. When Winter Soldier makes a basic attack, exhaust Winter Rifle. Winter Soldier gets +2 to the attack, and the attack gains piercing and ranged. So that would make him... So he would do 4 damage, right?
So 2's his basic?
His basic is 2. So yeah, he would do 4 damage with a basic attack and gain piercing and ranged.
If you got a combat readiness, then he's 5. Okay.
All right, then we got Captain America here.
No, combat training, that's what it is.
It's Captain America, Steve Rogers, 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, shield soldier. He comes in tough. After Captain America enters play, ready a shield character. Then we have Deathlock, 3 cost ally, 2 thwart with 2 consequential, 1 attack, 3 hit points, Cyborg shield. So there's another trait for Falcon. After Deathlock enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Shield Sidearm and attach it to him.
Okay.
Then we got Firepower. We have 3 copies.
So Shield Sidearm must be coming in this set because I don't remember that card.
Yeah, it's coming up. Firepower. Exhaust up to 3 weapon upgrades you control. For each upgrade exhausted this way, choose an enemy and deal 3 damage to it. This attack gains range.
Do all of his weapons require exhausting to use them?
The ones we've seen so far.
Yeah. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, they do so far. All right. Then we got a reprint 1 by 1. It's a 1 cost event. It's an attack deal. Oh, we got a comment that I didn't see. Hey, hello. Dirk is distracted with a phone call currently, but welcome. Yeah, let me just get... Okay, so we have a reprint One by one. It's one cost event. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats an enemy, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Are you back, Dirk?
I am back.
Okay. We actually have someone in the chat who commented.
Hey, how you doing? All right, so what's a one by one?
Yeah, that's the reprint.
Okay.
Then we have a 0 cost event, spoiling for a fight. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you, and ready your hero. Okay. That's pretty nice.
Oh, Thor's going to love that one.
Yeah. Oh, we got another. Oh, that was you. Okay.
That was me.
That was you. Then we got a aggressive stance. It's a 1 cost upgrade. It's a preparation card. Max 1 per player. Hero response: after you engage a minion, discard this card, search your deck for an attack event, and add it to your hand. So yeah, so you got spoiling for a fight here, where you get to search for a minion, or discard to get a minion, ready your hero, and then you can put an attack event in your hand to deal with them. So that's pretty cool. I like it. All right, now we're getting to the guns. So the first one we have here is Bambino. 3 cost upgrade, tech weapon, attached to a shield character. While attached to an identity, this card gains restricted and has 3 ammo counters. When attached character makes a basic attack, remove 1 ammo counter from here. This attack deals 3 additional damage and gains overkill.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. I was expecting like just 1 additional damage or something, but 3 is nice, and the overkill.
It does cost 3.
Yeah, I know. And it's got counters, so you limited uses, but I like it.
All right, then we got Man on the Wall. It's a 1 cost upgrade. Play only if your identity has the soldier trait. Exhaust Man on the Wall. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1 for each minion engaged with you. So he's going to like to have lots of minions. So the Ultron scenario would be very interesting. All right.
Yeah, this is one of those, definitely it pays off if you know in advance who you're going up against and what modules.
Yeah. Then here's a shield sidearm. So we got 3 copies, 1 cost upgrade. So we get to put 1 on Deathlock here. Attached to a shield character, limit 1 per character, uses 3 ammo counters. When attached character makes a basic attack, exhaust shield sidearm and remove 1 ammo counter from it to deal 1 damage to an enemy.
And you notice they did not put the shield keyword on it, so you can't use a team building.
Yeah. But if you were a living weapon, and you had the weapon trait, then you could. So it's kind of nice. I mean, you could pop a damage onto someone else. It doesn't have to be your primary target. That's kind of nice. Then we got a reprinted character here, Nick Fury Sr. 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, shield soldier, force response after Nick Fury Sr. enters play. Choose 1, remove 3 threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards, or give a shield character a tough status card. And at the end of the round, Nick Fury Sr. is still in play. You can discard him. So now we can each have a Nick Fury Sr. in our deck. Now that we have a 2nd copy.
Well, I'll rename mine to Hasselhoff.
So then they both can stay in play on the same turn before they go away. Okay.
Yeah, but doesn't he look like the? Have you ever seen the old Nick Fury with Hasselhoff?
I've seen part of it.
Yeah.
All right, then we got a team up card here. Super Surprise. Team up with Captain America and Winter Soldier. Now, what I wonder...
Wait, what did you call it? Super Surprise?
Super Soldiers.
Okay. It's like, surprise!
Super Soldiers. But it says Captain America and Winter Soldier. It doesn't say, like, Steve Rogers. So I'm wondering, with the title that we saw in Falcon's deck, Falcon is Captain America, if this would work.
I'm going to say it does, especially considering that,
it's
with isn't Captain America out of print now?
Well, yeah, but besides.
So I can't see that they would put it.
That's why
They would.
that's why he's got a
do
Captain.
that.
That's why he's got a Captain America ally. It does say
Right.
Captain America, so I would think that Falcon could do this.
True.
You know, it obviously.
Yeah, I think he can.
It doesn't work until, at least on Falcon's end, until he gets the title out. But you deal 6 damage to an enemy. Give Captain America and Winter Soldier each a tough status card.
Wait, what if you make Bucky Captain America?
He can't do it to himself. But you would have to, at that point, you would have to have.
That would be hilarious if they
You
did
would have
that.
to have one of the Captain America allies, and we have one in leadership and we have one in aggression now. So, oh, camera, why do you do this to me?
So let's see, yeah, because you could be Bucky with Captain America in play because you've got different names because it's Bucky Barnes versus Steve Rogers.
Right. Same thing with Sam. Well, except for Sam Wilson, except for that title you can't do because of the Shield.
Right, but if you're playing solo or whatever, there could be 2 Captain Americas in play because they're different names.
Yeah. Winter. So this is Winter Widow Soldier Spy. 2 cost event.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That's what it makes me think of.
I know, every time. Team up Black Widow and Winter Soldier, max 1 per deck. Now this is really good. Hero action. Put a preparation upgrade from your discard pile into play and deal 4 damage to an enemy. So this is really good. Well, it's good for both of them, but Black Widow definitely wants the preparation card. And if you use the arm to pay for it, since it's an attack, you could do 5 damage. So that's pretty good. All right, and then we've got the shield art for the double resources. All right, then his obligation is Red Room Programming. Give to the Bucky Barnes player. You may flip to alter ego form and choose exhaust Bucky Barnes to remove this card from the game, or discard the highest printed card from your hand and take indirect damage equal to its cost to discard it.
Oh.
And then his nemesis is Crossbones.
Ouch.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, you're responding to the chat? Okay. I'm glad you're up on it because I'm not.
Yeah, you're busy reading other things. So.
Okay. Crossbones is a minion. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit points. Elite Hydra, quick strike. After Crossbones attacks and defeats an ally, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Then we have Hydra Hit Squad. Each Hydra minion gets +1 attack and 2 extra hit points. The player who defeats this scheme searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and reveals it. And it comes in with 3 threat per player. Now, you remember...
That gets Crossbones 7, right? 7 hit points? And 3 attack?
Yeah, I'd give him 7 hit points and 3 attack. Do you remember when we combined all the Hydra modules?
Yeah, this one would be horrible.
This would add this now. Yeah, we did it. This was a while ago, like probably a couple years ago. Now there's more Hydra.
Yeah, I think that might have been before we did the channel, before we started the channel.
Well, it's way before we did the channel, yeah.
Yeah, we should do it. We should do it on camera sometime.
All right, yeah. So it was just basically we called it the Army of Hydra. But we threw, and that was like Nemesis sets from like Black Widow and Captain America and all the Hydra ones that came in Rise of Red Skull.
Now it's upgraded, so it would be the endless army of Hydra.
Pretty much. All right, so we have a high-tech armament attached to Crossbones, otherwise attached to the villain. After you attach high-tech armament to an enemy, that enemy activates against you. Hero action, exhaust a character you control to discard this card, and it comes in with +1 attack. And then we've got a reprinted Hydra Mercenary, 0 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Guard, when this minion engages with you, you cannot attack the villain. So this is from a long time ago. This is from like I think they came in the base game. And then we got the normal stop card. And if you want to rebuild the starter deck, you've got that. All right, so postcards here. We've got White Wolf. I'm sorry, White Widow. Let's try that again.
Say White Wolf, but he came in a different deck.
Yes. White Widow. So this is the Yelena version of Black Widow. 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She shields spy. After you resolve the ability of a preparation card you control, heal damage from White Widow equal to that card's printed resource cost. So that's really nice. Keep her going. You throw her in a Black Widow deck. Wow.
Nick would like her too.
Yeah. Then we have another copy of Super Soldiers to put in the Captain America deck, or Falcon, I guess, as we were discussing. Another copy of Winter Widow Soldier Spies to put in the Black Widow deck. All right, this is what we've been waiting for the whole wave here. Shield Deputy. Play only if your identity has a shield trait attached to a friendly character. Attached character gets +1 hit point and gains the shield trait.
Yes, I needed this one.
Now Maria can make
anyone decks that need this one badly.
But yeah, this could turn everybody into a shield, so that's pretty nice. All right.
And the great thing about a lot of the shield characters, they're shield on both sides. So.
Yeah, well, this would turn like Falcon shield on both sides, for example. Yeah. All right. Then this is probably the last Thunderbolt module we're going to see. But this would be number 10. So this is really nice. So we got Blizzard here. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 16 hit points, Elite, Thunderbolt, Villainous, Victory 1. After Blizzard attacks a character, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Encased in Ice and attach it to that character. Otherwise, stun the attached character. And it comes in with 4 boosts. And here we have Encased in Ice. We have 2 copies. Attach your identity.
Oh, wow.
Attach
so you'd have to have both of them already out before the stun worked. Okay.
Attach your identity. Attached character cannot attack enemies other than this card. Any player can attack this card as if it was a minion. If there is 3 or more damage here, move all but 3 damage here to the attached character and discard this card. So you have to do 3 points of damage exactly.
Wow.
Or take the hit. It's like, well, I can get rid of your ice for you, but I'm doing 7 damage.
Yeah, you don't want to play this against it with my Falcon deck. Not Falcon, my Angel Aggression deck.
Yeah, Hone Technique.
Where I'm doing, what is it? Wow.
A dive bomb.
11 points of damage to somebody.
Wow, you would do one of the, hopefully you do just the 5. All right, then the side scheme is Slippery Conditions. After an ally enters play, exhaust it. Comes in with a hazard, 3 threat per player. And the final cards we have here is 2 copies of the Whiteout Treachery. When revealed, find Blizzard and reveal him. If he's already in play, he engages you. Blizzard activates against you. If no enemy activates this way, this card gains Surge. And the boost effect is you are stunned. If you are already stunned, take 1 damage.
So I know the 2 Thunderbolts that we saw today both have a version of this card. I'm trying to remember, do all of the Thunderbolts? I don't think all of them did, because like the Black Widow one had a different treachery. But so we've got a few of them though that dig for they search for it.
Yeah, but I think they all. I don't remember. I think they all did something similar, because the big thing was that when you find them, they engage you, and even if they're already in play. All right. So yeah, we can. So I don't know if I can make this bigger on my screen so I can read it. Not really. Okay. Yeah, so we had a little bit of a slow start. That's why we don't have the images of our face on the screen. So sorry about that, folks. I'll put something on.
That's okay. Nobody wants to see my face anyways.
Yeah, so he's got a mask on.
That's why I wear it for your guys' protection.
Yeah. So if anybody has any any comments they want to bring up. I was looking forward to playing them. Only got Falcon and Winter Soldiers. Oh, that's too bad that they sold out.
Yeah, that's why Dave was waiting at the door this morning. I think he went yet last night, but they're like, well, we've got it, but we can't release it yet.
Yeah, so. Before I scheduled this, they had them in the back, but they wouldn't sell them early. So I came home from the store, set up the camera, and forgot, and then ran into some technical issues as we were trying to get started. So I didn't even get the stream all set up before our deadline. So, but wanted to.
Yeah, no, these guys look like a lot of fun to play. We're going to be recording some content, some games with them tonight. Hopefully, we'll have those up pretty quick.
Yeah. So Dirk and I, we like to try out the pre-cons. So we're going to do at least 2 games. One where I play as Falcon, and then one where I play as Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we would try to live stream them, but by the time we're West Coast here in the U.S., by the time we get off, it's pretty late for people. So
yeah. But yeah, this was taking up Dirk's lunch here for but I wanted to get the unboxings done as soon as possible. Otherwise, it would have been late tonight probably.
No, we don't want to do that.
Right. So. Yeah, I definitely like the wave.
So who are you looking forward to playing more between the two?
Actually, I think I kind of like Falcon. Oh, nice.
I do like Falcon, but I've just got a soft spot. I've always been a Bucky fan. So like even back from the comics or whatever, I loved Bucky. So I'm really looking forward to playing him and get a chance. But I don't know. I think I'm really looking forward to I want to see what these guys will do in their off aspects. I
think Falcon is pretty.
Yeah. I want to give Bucky a try in Justice. I'm really looking forward to trying that and trying to use some of those Justice cards that I've never really used because they were attacks.
Yeah.
So.
And don't get me wrong. I am definitely looking forward to playing Winter Soldier too. But I just think I'm looking forward to Falcon more. But yeah, I like looking at Falcon's aerial cards. He
so to answer the question,
variety for attack, thwarting, and defending.
Yeah, I think Falcon might be the stronger of the 2 precons, but I think Bucky has the potential to do a lot of damage, and I think he might turn up soloing a little better.
Well, the problem with Falcon's precon is he's got like 2 or 3 cards that are limit once per player, so there's a lot of
he's got more prep.
There's more cards that are that are junk in the deck, once you get the first one out. Like the resource reserve is great, but it's max 1 per player. Flight Squadron is max 1 per player, and you get 3 copies. Obviously you want 3 copies for your collection, but that's the only thing about but I definitely agree that the precons I think have gotten stronger for sure.
They definitely have, yes.
And I think Winter Soldier I believe is going to have kind of the same thing like Wolverine, where you don't have to play aggression, and you still are going to be very aggressive.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I think
with all his
potential-wise, I think Winter Soldier might be the stronger of the 2, but the precon to me feels like Falcon's probably a little bit stronger.
I am looking.
But, Falcon's got a lot of potential, with the aerial builds, the different aerial builds. But he can with the alphabet soup though. I'm looking forward to playing around with that. So
yeah, that one for sure is that specific deck I want to try out for sure and tweak it to see if we can get some more aerial characters. Like when we did the video with the top 5 decks, where we added a few more. Looks like we got some comments here going. Thanks for.
Oh yeah, the Spectrum Ally does look nice. Yeah.
We definitely welcome Board Game Lawyer. I'm looking forward to building a Spectrum Ally focused deck. Yeah, the Spectrum Ally. I'm definitely looking forward to her. tuck a wild under there and, make her a good Voltron. And then you make the other characters the wingman for her, and you get multiple activations with the Sky Cycle. And yeah, she might replace Yondu as my Voltron of choice for sure. It seems like Gamora without the event focus. Yeah.
That hadn't even clicked to me yet, but that's right. It is. It's a lot like her.
Yeah.
In fact, you've got those cards that are both attack and thwart. Those basic cards that might actually work really well with him.
Yeah, because I don't remember the name on the top of my head, but yeah, the one that costs 3 and you do 2 damage and remove 2 threat. And if you use the arm to pay for it, that's 3 damage. And if you defeat the enemy, then that would be 4 threat removed. So yeah, I definitely agree that you've got like Winter Soldier is going to be able to dish out the damage even when he's playing,
and Winter Soldier when you're playing him in Justice, you've got Coulson who can dig for prep.
Yeah, I don't think Winter Soldier cares about prep cards as much. I mean, he's got a couple. I mean, it's not. I mean, preparation cards are great for anybody, but he's not living on it like Black Widow is. But I think an attack heavy. I mean, aggression is like, I think if you going for overkill, it's kind of like Wolverine, where you almost don't need to play aggression to still dish out all the damage,
Yeah.
Hit and run. Thank you. Yes, Alan. Yeah. Is that Alien? Sorry, the text is really small on my screen. Alien. Yeah, hit and run. That's the card. I'm going to change my display so I can read the text, the chat, because it's very small on my screen. I don't need to see Dirk. I can hear him. All right, there you go.
So even that's too much for you sometimes, right?
It's a good thing you wear a mask. Yeah.
Wait, I wear a mask?
Yes, you do. Yeah, hit and run. Yeah, that was it. Alan's my middle name too, and it's spelled that the way you spell yours, Alien. So
let's see.
All right. Does anyone have any questions or about us or about the packs? We're willing to talk about it. Otherwise, we'll wrap up this stream. Let people go with their day.
Oh, yeah, because
I thank you everybody who joined.
I got a meeting here in a couple of minutes, so I'm going to have to drop soon.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us. This was very fun. Sorry we didn't have the little thumbnail of our faces in the corner like I usually do. I was literally hit the deadline as we were trying to get this set up. My software decided to be a little difficult. Oh, how many masks do you have, Dirk?
Oh, I've probably got at least. I think I counted at one time. I'm like right around 30 right now, and I've actually I haven't picked up any new ones in a while. I've got a couple that I don't know if they're the right people. I've had a couple that have been given to me as gifts, and I'm like looking at them like, I don't know if that's probably not an appropriate mask to wear. I've got a couple of those that I'm not going to wear, but they're nice masks. I'm not going to wear them. But most of the masks that I wear are probably at about 30. I've got a few that I can't wear because they cover the mouth, so it muffles out and it doesn't really work. So I'm trying to see if I can figure out a way to get a mic inside of one of them without like just making it too much. But
Okay, Board Game Lori, yeah, take care. Looking forward to recording that and letting you watch it. So thank you for that. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap this up. We are going to thank you, Alien. Oh, I forgot what.
so yeah, we're gonna play some tonight. Then, like I said, hopefully we'll have that up. It depends because Dave's still got to do the editing and everything, so it might not be tomorrow, but hopefully we'll have it up within the next couple of days.
I got something going on tomorrow, so it's probably gonna go. It probably will go up Monday, more than likely.
Okay.
But all right, well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we put up new videos. So on that, I'm going to see you guys later because I got to jump off and hit up a meeting.